The chapter, really was really touching. Dramatic, in some way, tragedy. No, tragedy, no. Just dramatic. Dramatic, but happy. Rebecca and Kyros, daughter and father, finally, after all these 10 years of nightmare and everything happening in Dressrosa, they're finally together. Finally. So let's move on. So here I am, like always, Lord of Shadows, dear Uncle LOS. Lord of Shadows, here for you, Madame, Monsieur, Dames and Herren, ladies and gentlemen, to present to you One Piece 797 review, chapter 797. Yeah. So before I get to the main part of the chapter, I only wish to say that this chapter was totally, it's really quite simple, because the main plot of all these events was, the big part, Bartolomeo and the rest of the Straw Hats, just going, escaping and running from the Marines, to the eastern port so they can escape. The reunion, the final, the big finale, shall I say, family reunion for Kyros and Rebbeca, and also, mostly. And then the other part was, the fighters at the Colosseum, trying to protect them, in a way so they can slow down the Marines, so they can get to the eastern port and everything. At the end, it was really, really quite shocking, because I only have one thing to say: Luffy, hurry the fuck up! Because at the beginning I thought that maybe Fujitora is hunting down Luffy while he's running the sea, but then I find out that Fujitora is on the eastern port already, and Luffy is running to the eastern port, and he really should be hurry up, because if he didn't get there in time, Fujitora would do nasty shit to everybody else. After all, he is an admiral after all. So, but let's begin one step at a time. So, like I said, the beginning was, like I said, the beginning was, after Luffy said that you all go to Eastern Port, he said, I have some unfinished business to attend to, and at the beginning, I thought that maybe it would be to say to Rebecca, to goodbye and everything, and at some point I was right, in some point I really even wasn't right, because the main plot, why he came all the way, to the royal palace, to Rebecca, is not because of goodbye, but he wants to discuss with her if she's okay with that Kyros and Rebecca are not really all that together. Because after Kyros wrote that letter and saying to everybody that the real father, the imaginary father, is some kind of royal prince, who married Scarlet, and they have a daughter, Rebecca, and all this shit, so he can put, so his own character, he can put him, in the shadows, so nobody could think that he is Kyros, that he's the real father and everything. And of course, Rebecca is not happy with that, because Luffy said to her, "Are you really happy in all this shit, after all this fucking letter that Kyros wrote to everybody and spraying all this word all around Dressrosa, and if she's really happy with that?" And Rebecca said, "Fuck yeah, fuck no, fuck, I'm crazy." No, he said, "Fuck no, I'm not happy with that. Fuck no, I'm not happy with that. I want to be with my own dad." And that's, really reasonable, because no other child could ever possibly, live in peace with an imaginary father. So, the real father can, hide himself in the shadows, in which actually, that's why Luffy came there, because he somehow knew that she would be against it. And so he said, "So, climb on my back, we're getting out of here. We're getting right in the mountain, or should I say the hill where Kyros' house is, before he get away." And she just climb aboard and just crush, she just throw away, throw away. You just, jump from the palace, right in the bomb, and then running through the hill so she can meet Kyros, her own 100% dad. One-legged dad. Yeah, right. Well, by the way, before I get to the main point, we will see Bastille, in this chapter, and it appears like, okay. I mean, Sabo gave him a real nasty crush, and instead, it appears like he has some kind of a mask, in reserve. He's gonna plan, mask number 2, so in case the mask number 1 being crushed and destroyed, he will wear another one. And it appears like, when he said that, he doesn't have any injuries or bandages or something like that. It appears like he's okay. She just somehow almost crushed my head, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine. Well, let's move on. Let's save away Rebecca and crush all the pirates on the Straw Hat and everything. And it was really kind of odd. So maybe I don't know, but I was quite happy to see Bastille right on his leg, because after Sabo defeating one single blow, I thought he'll be totally demolished after that crush that he had on him and everything. But in case he was in good shape again, like nothing happened. Let's just move on. So here's that, because like I said, Fujitora is hunting down the pirates by himself and everything, because he already know where they're going and everything. And Bastille is taking charge of this marine hideout they're having on some kind of a port, where Tsuru and Sengoku came. And like I said, I, Vice Admiral, I'm taking charge of this, the marine base until Fujitora came back. And after all, of course that, like I said, I'm gonna happy to see him. And after that part and everything, one part, at the beginning I forgot to mention it. Zoro will never change, because they said that we're going, to the east, to the eastern port, and he's going south. After all, naturally, Zoro will remain Zoro. He will always, go in the wrong direction. He always lost himself, like in the way he lost himself, in Alabasta, in Archipelago Sabaudi, in Water 7, or even in Thriller Bark he lost himself. And in Lockdown and many others, actually he lost his way to the main position where our Straw Hats have to meet. So Zoro will never change. Zoro will always remain Zoro. Always lost his way. Wherever he goes, he will lost his way. And it was really quite fine, because Barcelona said, even if you lost your way, you're still my man. You're still, I'm still the biggest fan. Quite amazing, honorable, because he really, you can see he's a total Straw Hat Pirates biggest fan, number one. But let's move on. So after Luffy take Rebecca on his back and right on the hill and everything, where Kyros live, and the marine one of the servants report to King Riku, and of course, as a grandfather loving his granddaughter, he said, "Who did it? What kind of pirate? What kind of pirate? This one of the close him. What kind of pirate did that?" And he said, "That's Straw Hat Luffy." And what? And after all that, because Rebecca said, "Whatever, I don't care what you think about Straw Hat Luffy, because he will always be for me the man who saved this country." Because you can see how judgmental these people are in this world. Because in this chapter, after here, because everybody thought that he kidnapped Rebecca and everything, and after all that, Bastille, was telling to all the Marines that all the remaining squad and everything, go after Rebecca. We have to save her. No, Vice Admiral Bastille, no, Vice Admiral Maynard. He said, he took the charge, to hunt down Luffy and take back Rebecca. Because he said, that because Luffy, when they were jumping from one house to another, he said that I will lead you to the beginning of the hill, and it's all up to you to run and get Kyros in time before you leave the cottage. And like I said, he will be her plan B. So he to take the somehow to run away, and the Marines will try to hunt him down and not her, because he said that if they capture him, they'll return to the palace. And of course Rebecca doesn't want that, and of course deal's on, man, just leave me to my father and all this kind of stuff. So after all that, you see that Kyros packing his bag, like nothing else. He said, "Scarlet, I finished my business. I make my promise. I'm sorry that I lied to everyone. To say everybody that this imaginary prince is the father of Rebecca. For her own good. She belongs to the royal family. That she's her place is there, and of course that I only want her like every father wants for his son or for a daughter. They want them happy. They want to make them happy, and and respect, and they will respect whatever they are. in some sort, even if they're not with them. But of course, Rebecca doesn't give a fuck about that because she wants her dad. She wants Kyros. She wants her own dad. And there you have, with his bags and everything, trying to get out. There you have a few mirrors right under his pointy nose. There you have Rebecca in his dress and everything. She said, stop lying to me. I want my own dad. I don't care how many people you kill, because he said that I only want you that way to protect you. Because the citizens of Dressrosa, he thinks that they will never accept him for what he was. That time when he was 15 or 16, when he killed a man, for revenge for his deceased friend. The time, when the first time King Rico and Kyros met, that flashback. So, she said, I don't care how many people you killed, all this thousand people. I don't care, even your hands are full of blood. I want you as my father. I want you. I don't want to lose you. I want to be happy, because if you remember, here we have a few flashbacks, and it said that I will be here with you as long until the time you're gonna be happy. And of course, the only way she wants to be happy is to be with her own dad. That's right. And of course, after all this, like I said, drama, speech, and everything, and even after, I have the chapter right here, because I have to read, because it's really, dramatic, but really, happy, because to see her father and Rebecca finally together, he said, wait, just fine, okay, oh yeah, okay. I don't know anyone like that, for the prince. I don't care how many hundreds of people you killed. I don't care if your hands are stained blood red. I only have one dad in this world. I'm Kyros' daughter. And both of them were crying, and she says, stop lying to me. And if you remember the flashback, when she said to her when she was a child, and when she was trying to protect her as a toy and train her and everything, she said, until the day that Rebecca's gonna be happy, I will remain by your side. And of course, she said, screaming, stay by my side, soldier son, her father. And that's where, their reunion, stopped. Because they're all crying and hugging, and she said, are you sure you want me with you and everything? Oh yes, I want you, my own father, let's live together. Quite emotional, dramatic, but really, really touching and happy. Because sometimes, Oda in few chapters, he can do some dramatic, touching and happy scenes, or reunions, or celebrations, whatever, because Oda sometimes it can be really dramatic and touching, and they can make you cry. And with that, I can only say that Oda is really a genius. Only when he's not only good in doing epic scenes, but even the ones who are very, very touching. And then you have, at the end, when before Rebecca jumped with Luffy from the palace, you have a flashback, when she said to Viola, I have a request for you, please, I will not live in this palace anymore, I want to be my dad. And she said, can you be prince? Prince? Can you be, I should say, can you be, but can you be princess, instead of me? Because really, I want to live with my dad, I don't give a fuck about the royal family and everything. And of course, Viola said that she's not the only one who said that to her, because if you remember, Scarlet did the same thing when they were trying to live a normal life without royal business and everything. So that's one thing. The other thing of all this reunion and everything, there you have, the end. The end was really quite shocking, but epic, badass, because everybody was going, everybody was in the eastern port and everything, and they were waiting for Luffy, where the hell he is and everything. And there you have, out of nowhere, with the shocking face of Bartolomeo, there you have, out of nowhere, in a piece of ground, a piece of rock, Fujitora going after them. He's like few meters, right on their point nose, far away from them, few meters away from them. And this time, Luffy has to really hurry up. So, because at the beginning when I read the chapter, I thought that he was hunting down Luffy, but instead when I figured it out much more good translation, he was going after the Luffy's mates and everything, and that was really happy, because really this time Luffy have to really hurry up, but I don't see it as he's gonna capture them. More likely he's gonna maybe fake something to make them leave, somehow, you know, to make them other Marines busy and search all around Dressrosa, and he will do the business. No, yeah, I'll let you go. I'll fake this time. You know, I will say that I'll let you escape, and you know, but the next time we met, I'm gonna capture you. In the same way, if he's like Aokiji, maybe he's gonna do maybe some kind of way like Aokiji did a few times in Water 7 or that unknown island when they're Luffy and Aokiji first met and challenged each other. So maybe Fujitora's gonna do it in some sort of way, that kind of way. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So that was the end, but it was really, you know, shocking and touching, really kind of shocking. You know, because Fujitora draws near the eastern port and Luffy must really hurry up. Or how Bartolomeo said, Luffy senpai, get your ass over here right now. That was kind of funny. No, get your ass over here right now. Or Fujitora's going to capture us. Come on, move. And he's really moving because he's doing his best. And one thing that really surprised me, because there was one scene, you know, where Luffy was trying to jump from the palace, and everybody was trying, and all Marines trying to shoot him, and they all, you know, just fainted and everything. At the beginning, Bastille, like I and Bastille thought it was Haoshoku. It appears it was not, so that's odd. I mean, because he said that it appears they're all conscious. So if it wasn't Haoshoku, then what if? I mean, they didn't see any blood, but what if Hakuba struck again? I don't know, because that was really kind of weird for me. The other thing was I forgot to mention is that when Luffy, you know, when they're trying to say where the hell is Luffy, and they also said Trafalgar Law also end up disappearing. So I have my only conclusion is where the fuck Law get is to Sengoku. Talking with. I bet he's gonna go to Sengoku and talk with him about Corazon, you know, Don Quixote Rocinante, and when he was in the Marines and everything, that he saved his life and all this stuff. I think he's gonna talk to Sengoku about that, and I even believe that Sengoku, after all this time, he was still remembering. I bet he's gonna remember it, and that's it, you know. Because, well, like I said, the chapter was overall simple, but really, in few moments, really touching, funny, especially Bartolomeo, you know, like they say, you know, even if you lost your way, Zoro, I'm your biggest fan. Or in that way, Luffy senpai, get your ass over here because Fujitora is drawing near them. So, it really quite, you know, funny. Simple chapter, but kind of funny. And so, here I am, I'm done. So, rate the video, comment, subscribe, give me thoughts on this, and personally think about this chapter. About all this comic book stuff that Bartolomeo did, and you know, what do you think Fujitora is gonna do when he draws near? Because my thing is that he's gonna do some shit like Aokiji did, you know, in few arcs, you know, let them escape or something like that. I think he's gonna do something like that. Because, I mean, we don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see in the next chapter or in a few chapters. I don't know. So here I am, done. Like I said, drop me a like. I would appreciate that. Read the video, comment, subscribe, and read it for subscribers. It's really not difficult. Please. Use a mouse, click, okay? And peace, everyone. Have an awesome rest of the day. Have an awesome rest of the night in Europe. In the other side of the world, have an awesome rest of the day. Laura Shadow signing off like always. See you next time. One Piece fans. One Piece forever. Peace, everyone. See you again.